This is the M18 Fuel Milwaukee battery-powered chainsaw, and this isn't a video I would normally make for my channel, but I have made a Milwaukee product video in the past, which is about the impact driver, and I really like to make videos with things that I find impressive. So this is not a sponsored video in any kind of way. This M18 Fuel chainsaw I used here just the other day, and I cut up a willow tree that had fell down. And this battery here that you see here, this did not even come with it. The normal battery that you would use for this chainsaw is a 12.0. This is a high demand 9.0. This is the one that came with my battery powered Milwaukee weed eater. You can tell I like Milwaukee products. I started using them, I just like them. But the Milwaukee, the red lithium high demand 12.0 is what you would normally use with this chainsaw. This is a 9.0, so it's smaller in capacity and how much you can actually use it. So let me show you how much wood I actually cut up on a single charge with this chainsaw. So the first pile you see over here, this is some of the branches that came off of that tree. So from everything from here all the way over, and what's in that little barrel there, cut all that off. Then you see this pile of sticks over here. These were all the smaller branches on that tree. I laid them over there, and then I actually cut them. I cut right down through all of them with several cuts. So it wasn't just the branches I cut off. I also cut up the pile pretty good. Then I have this little stack of wood here. These were some of the branches and some smaller parts of the main trunk. I cut those off on the same charge. And then all these cuts over here, that length, that length, that length, that length down there, and the length down at the end, all from the trunk of the tree. This is a pretty large willow tree, and towards the base, not quite the bottom of the base, but you know, about maybe 6 feet from the bottom, that's about 18 inches in diameter. So it's a pretty sizable tree to be cutting up with a battery powered chainsaw. So the one thing I will say about this chainsaw, and I don't really use a lot of chainsaws, but this does go through a lot of oil. You do need to fill this with chain oil, as with any chainsaw, to reduce friction. I don't think there's any chainsaw that can't use oil, but it does go through a lot. I went through an entire tank full of the oil, which you fill right here, and I went through that whole thing in less than a charge. So I went through about 1.5 tanks of that in a charge. It does not leak. It comes out pretty slowly, I would say. I wouldn't say it's excessive. I think it's completely necessary. You don't want to dull your blade. You don't want to burn out anything or create a lot of friction on it, just to make sure that you keep it working right. So it's using the proper amount of oil is what I'm trying to say. But here's a pretty terrible clip of me cutting up just a small branch, just kind of show you how it cuts through like butter. Now, having seen that, the most important thing you can do with any chainsaw, I don't care if it's gas powered or battery powered, is keep your blades sharp. If you're using a dull blade, first of all, you're going to know it. You're going to eat through more gas or more battery, no matter what kind of chainsaw you're using. Always sharpen your blade. If you're going to cut up a tree, or like the one I just showed you, it's going to work really well for just that time that you use it, but after that, before you cut up another tree, you probably want to sharpen it just to make everything work a lot better. It's so much better for the chainsaw, less stress on the motor, and you're going to go through less battery or less gas, depending if you're using a gas or battery-powered chainsaw. So I just wanted to show that video. I hope that's helpful to some people to make their decision. I'm really impressed with it. Obviously, I've only used it once. I haven't used it a whole lot, but really surprising how well this works just for a battery-powered chainsaw. Thanks for watching.